We have a brand new update for you on Puddle of Mudd. The band has seemingly fired their entire lineup. Now, this goes back to September of last year when the group released their first new album in 4 years called Ubiquitous. But there was little to no promotion for this new album, with the band essentially going MIA almost immediately after it was released, following a scathing statement put out by the Machine Shop, a legendary venue in Michigan, which blasted Puddle of Mudd for apparently not showing up or canceling a performance abruptly. And they said they will never book Puddle of Mudd at their venue ever again. Now, Puddle of Mudd released a statement essentially blaming their team, saying that Wes was going to step back. He never approved the shows. He was going to take a step back and reevaluate things in his career. And from there, unfortunately, things have kind of just continued to be very chaotic and hectic, including Wes getting seemingly aggravated with some radio hosts in the middle of a event and kind of just walking off stage in the middle of that. This is something that if you've seen Puddle of Mudd, there's a chance you've seen him do this. He's done this a lot, where he has gotten angry or upset on stage for some reason and just abruptly ended the show and just kind of gone off. This is something that unfortunately has happened often. But this is what the Machine Shop said at the time, and then we're going to get to the new members of the band and what possibly happened with all of that. So it says, venue bans Puddle of Mudd after cancellation. This is 100% on Wes. This is from back in September of last year. What the venue say, though? And so the Machine Shop explained why they'll never be booking Puddle of Mudd again. They wrote, Puddle of Mudd has canceled all their upcoming concerts, including the shows September 15th and 16th at the Machine Shop. This is not due to a circumstances beyond our control cancellation. This is 100% Wes. The Machine Shop, his band, and everyone involved are very disappointed. Notice here that they say his band. That will be very relevant later. Continues and says, we will not be postponing the shows, and we are not ever rescheduling Puddle of Mudd. All tickets purchased through eTix will be automatically refunded. All hard tickets will be refunded as well. Very frustrating thing for a concert venue to go to, because, from their vantage point, they're like, we could have booked other shows on the state and we could have, had bar money coming in and we could have made money. But when the shows are canceled, they're out of that for the evening. And it's tough for everybody to run a venue. And it's tough for everybody to make a living in entertainment, especially in a mid-sized venue. It's not an easy thing to do. Wes responded at the time with a statement which read as follows. I'd like to take a moment to address recent developments regarding upcoming Puddle of Mudd shows. I believe it's important to provide my perspective on this matter. I'd like to clarify that the shows in question were set up without my consent by my former management team. I told my team at the time more than once not to book shows, that no shows should be booked without my authorization. I never agreed to these shows. In light of these circumstances, I made the decision to take this time to regroup and make necessary changes. It's essential to ensure that the future of my music career is built on a foundation of trust, transparency, and genuine collaboration. I'm deeply grateful for your understanding and continued support and patience during this transitional period. A very harmonious statement there from Wes Scantlin. So did he regroup, and did he create a foundation of trust, or whatever you want to call it? So this is from back in February at an event hosted by KLOS. It's a legendary radio station. They're doing an interview with Wes Scantlin. At the very end, they ask him about, going to shows, and he brings up this situation. But after that, he gets agitated on stage. But this is what he had to say in this portion from this interview.
Well, now that I don't have a bunch of people, illegally booking my shows behind my back, and all of a sudden there's
I did hear something about that.
Yeah, so everybody's gone. So that would have been involved in that type of behavior. So they got it balanced.
It's always nice to keep you in the loop, right?
Well, yeah.
So they're gearing up for that performance, and this is a clip from a fan who was at the show where you can see that, the hosts are there right there in the background.
all of you for coming today. I'm glad you're ready to get away this intimate show, the Puddle Supplemental Locker Room. Yeah, so, just keep hanging out with us.
So you can see the host there trying to maintain their composure, and he goes over and gives this guy a hug, and the whole thing is just a little perplexing. And now he has an entirely new band performing with him that is different from the band that's essentially been with him for the last decade. And that was the band that you would see, they would walk off stage when Wes would be kind of, when things would get out of hand, for lack of a better term. And so you would see them, they seem to be very professional, etc. Now Wes has a new band, also, seems like great musicians from the footage I've seen, but he's totally replaced the other guys. And I just don't know what's going on with him. And I just wish that, I don't really know that that this is a legit excuse when you say that they were booking shows that I didn't know about, and I didn't want them to book the show, so I didn't go to them or something. And it was like, were these not posted on your Facebook? Was this really a surprise to you? How did this go down? There seems like there's way more to the story. I'd love to talk to him about it, but this is the new membership of Puddle of Mudd. So this is the new lineup with Puddle of Mudd, and they haven't been really formally introduced yet, but you have Wes Scantlin, Josh Gilbert, different Josh Gilbert than is in Spirit Box, different person, same name. Michael Anthony Grajewski, hopefully pronouncing that correctly. And then you have Mark on the drums. And you've got this long list of former members, but let's just go to the timeline. That's a very long list of former members in the band. And so the band members that were formerly in the group. So if you look, you've got Matt Fuller from 2014 to 2023. He was the lead guitar in the band for about a decade. Dave Moreno, same thing. Great drummer for a decade in the band. The bass player, decade in the band, Michael John Adams, in the group for a long period of time. So I'm not so sure I'm super optimistic about the future of Puddle of Mudd, just given how rocky this road has been over the last really decade at this point. I hope Wes is doing well, and it's just unfortunate. I'd love to have him on the show and kind of check in with him. I think they're great. I think he's a great songwriter. I just am not sure about what's going on with Puddle of Mudd right now. And they got a whole new band, whole new lineup. Let me know what you all think about this in the comments, as always. Thanks so much for tuning in. Be sure to hit that subscribe button for the latest news and updates right here at Rockfeed.